Aloha headsets, it's your boy Frank, and it's time for your daily PSVR review. First up, you guessed it, Farpoint. Yes, Sony put out an unboxing video last week that we didn't mention, but it's actually pretty cool. I'll play it behind me, but if you want to watch the full video, link is in the description. This game's gonna be awesome. I got a custom skin giveaway for your PSVR headset, but we're also gonna have a custom aim controller skin giveaway. Right now behind me is an image of what it's probably gonna look like. As soon as I get the full image, we'll actually link the giveaway, but get ready for that one coming up soon. Now, day one coverage. I'm gonna get this baby as soon as possible. We're gonna play through the story mode and then PvP the rest of the day. I should be taking a day off, so just hit me up with a message and let's jump in to some games together and get up there on the leaderboards. I gotta find me a solid partner to play with now, don't I? All right, we're also gonna have the full review up later in the week, so don't worry, it's coming. I just wanna play my time through some multiplayers, whereas the story mode, and really get a feel for everything before I give my final thoughts on that one. And as a handful of you notice right now, it's already been leaked in France, so if you don't want any spoilers, please don't go watch any gameplay clips. Most of them are getting taken down, but a lot of people are streaming, and it's happening every second. Alright, Starblood Arena fans, the patch 1.04 is finally live, and this one has introduced quick matchmaking, which has changed the game completely for a lot of people. If you're worried that you couldn't get a match, now you can. Polybius, a game you definitely all know I enjoy. The developer Jeff Minter, in a blog post recently, described working with the game and developing towards PlayStation VR. It's really a cool read, I got it in the description, but what I was getting out of it at the most part was he brought the original demo to Sony and played it for some reps, and while they were looking at the screen, they were like, this is okay. But then when the rep with the headset on took it off and had his face with a giant smile and said, wow, I feel like a Jedi, they all knew that that's what it was. See, PlayStation VR is hard to sell from just a regular TV screen. Without putting it on, you don't understand how amazing this thing is. So I think demos are a great thing for people, but people are wary about kind of sanitation and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, we'll see in time how they figure out how to market this baby, but just so you know, Polybius is amazing. Now, Korix is stellar, and it comes from Stellar VR, and Mark had his level design competition, and he picked 8 winners. Yes, 4 single player and 4 multiplayer maps from the community are soon to be added to the game, and he's going to do this again in the future. If you'd like to check out the maps, the link is in the description. And finally, Sony's Richard Marks from the Magic Labs had some awesome things to say about VR. Now, they've been working on this baby since 2011. It was a VR passion project for tons of engineers and developers that just had kind of like homemade VR devices until they could finally all work together and bring us what we're looking at today. They were head tracking random things with screens, and just so you know, they haven't been just developing this thing overnight. This has been a dream in the works for a long time, and they finally hit a point where everything just came together that it was able to become a possibility. Now, he also described the future of VR and what he wants to see, and what he's talking about is interactivity. Now, when you jump into a game and the avatars that you see around you, the AI characters, actually look at you or talk to you or gesture to you like you're actually there, or a game where you're just in a blank world like that SpongeBob episode, and you just imagine something and say what you want, like I want to be in a bar, and bam, you're in a bar. And you say, no, I want it to be a red bar, bam, the bar is red. That's what he wants for the future of VR, and if we honestly got something like that, I read something about VR withdrawals today, that would become a possibility. And now it's time for everybody's favorite Ask Frank. First up, ScoobTube says, hey Frank, what's up with the PSVR review? Farpoint, you're just leading us on. Now, ScoobTube, I never once in its title of this video say Farpoint PSVR review or Farpoint review at all. If you haven't watched my show, which I know a handful of people just watching the Farpoint videos don't watch the show normally, the name of this show is PSVR review. I hope my normal people have no issue with that. That's just what we call it. That's what it is. When I have a review, it is clearly stated review, and the thumbnail is never clickbaited. There is always info in the thumbnail, 10 reasons to buy, 10 tips. I don't say, this is the review. If it is the review, it's in giant font. So, hey buddy, I know your comment was a little negatively attitude towards your boy Frank, but hey, I'm not trying to scheme on you. I gotta do myself a little bit of SEO, I'm sorry. Rob Heseltine says, hey Frank, are there gonna be aim controller options for lefties? Rob, I know what you're talking about. My discussion about how in-game you look down into the gun and it's for your hands, and if you're right-handed, it's definitely gonna look like that. They have a left-handed mode in there, so if you are playing left-handed, it's gonna look like you're playing left-handed, so don't worry. The immersion's gonna be there for you too, buddy. And finally, Way asks, hey Frank, anyone recognize you from YouTube? Yeah, one of my buddies, well now my buddy Joe that I met at PAX, recognized me, and I actually had one day when I was sick, someone from the channel visit the restaurant, and sadly I missed that one, so it's pretty cool. Now, thank you all for coming through. You're amazing. You're awesome. You're the most amazing audience on planet Earth. I love every single one of you, even more and more every single day. Now, if you would like to, you can hit the thumbs up on this video, but it doesn't matter to me. You just watching it is thanks enough. As always, and more importantly, if you want to stay up to date on everything PlayStation VR and you don't mind this ugly mug, friggin' subscribe. I mean, come on.